People often said about Rachel that she simply couldn't say no to men. In this context, she was known as a wild one, at least that's how her parents, respectable people, perceived her. Naturally, they were ashamed of their daughter's carefree behavior. Gossip about Rachel had long since seeped into both the city where she lived and the village where she spent summers with her grandmother. Over the course of her youth, her number of romantic encounters with various suitors piled up like a mountain. Night after night, uncles in cars would come to visit her. At that time, many girls envied and resented Rachel. In their naivety, they believed she had some magnetic power that attracted all men to her, yet none dared to follow in her footsteps. Interestingly, her few genuine friends insisted that Rachel simply treated men like friends. It was the men who misinterpreted her easy warmth and kindness as an invitation for more. But let's fast forward 8 years. By then, Rachel was well into her marrying age and desperately, or perhaps not so desperately, searching for a husband. Truth be told, it was her parents who were most desperate. They longed to see her tamed and settled, eager for grandchildren to parade around the neighborhood. The problem was that everyone knew Rachel's reputation. Serious suitors steered clear of her, and frankly, the years of reckless nights and fast living had taken a toll on her appearance. But Rachel didn't seem to care. She lived unapologetically, continuing to enjoy life on her own terms. Eventually, Rachel married a decent enough guy, someone her own age. His mother was livid, furious that her son had tied himself to that kind of girl, and tried every trick to talk him out of it. Disgusting, shameful, that was the general opinion. How they met remains a mystery, but everyone knows that Rachel's husband was fully aware of her past. Still, he accepted it under one condition: she had to be pure and loyal to him within the marriage. In other words, as he later boasted to his friends, he married her because she owed him, and he expected complete devotion in return. It sounded less like love and more like a man with cripplingly low self-esteem clinging to someone he thought he could control. But so be it. They married. The same girls who had once gossiped about Rachel predicted disaster, infertility, poverty, misery. When Rachel became pregnant, they whispered that the child would surely be sick or doomed. But life had other plans. She gave birth to a healthy child, then another, then a third. All beautiful, all resembling their father. Meanwhile, Rachel's husband climbed the career ladder. They bought a stunning house, a new car. Visitors to their home spoke in hushed amazement. It was cozy, spotless, filled with laughter. Rachel, the once wild girl, proved to be a tender, attentive mother, effortlessly balancing the chaos of 3 children and a bustling household. And yet, the world around her could not accept this outcome. People whispered, "How can someone like her have everything? Why her? She doesn't deserve it." One woman, a former friend, finally confronted Rachel, spitting out all the venom she had been holding for years. "You don't deserve this. You don't deserve happiness." Rachel listened, a small, knowing smile playing on her lips. When the tirade was over, she answered simply, "I never said I was perfect, but I never hurt anyone. I lived the way I wanted, and I don't owe anyone anything." The woman stormed off, unsatisfied. Rachel remained where she was, unbroken, unapologetic. And who was right in the end? The girl who lived by society's rules and resented every moment, or the one who followed her own heart, made her own mistakes, and found happiness anyway? Maybe life doesn't reward virtue or punish vice. Maybe it simply unfolds for those brave enough to live it. A letter from Rachel. You say I don't deserve the life I have. You say I should be punished for the choices I made. You whisper, hoping the universe is keeping score and that someday I'll pay. But here's the truth you don't want to hear. I never lived for you. I never asked for your permission. While you stood frowned by fear, by rules, by what will people think, I danced. I cried. I made mistakes. I loved and was loved even when it was messy, even when it ended badly. You measured your worth by how closely you followed someone else's map. I set fire to mine and chose the unbeaten road. Maybe that's why you're angry, because deep down, you wonder what your life could have been if you had dared to be as brave as the girl you gossip about. You think the universe hands out prizes for obedience. No, darling. The universe rewards those who live fully, who fall and rise, who hurt and heal. who never apologize for taking up space. I am not here because I deserve more than you. I am here because I refuse to believe I deserved less. You can keep waiting for my fall. But while you wait, I will keep living, laughing, loving without shame, without fear, without chains. And that, my dear, is something you will never understand? Rachel,